Hey guys, welcome to Picksburgh. This is Anthony, and you're joining us today for the ENTREPRE-DOERS morning show. So glad all of you could make it. With me, as always, are my two co-hosts, Tommy the Bargain Effect, and Nate. Every day I'm hustling, /vaping, /making that money, /lying tamering up that beard. That's awesome. We need to make a GIF of that and just let it go viral.
Well, like this?
Yep.
I'll make it.
Nice.
I'll make it happen. I don't know about the viral part, but we'll let the.
Who doesn't want to see a grown man vaping and stroking his beard at the same time?
Right.
It's like the American dream.
Exactly.
Either that, or I've been like thoroughly misled.
Someone has lied to me.
I want to go ahead and welcome some people in. First person we had in today was Cajun Roots Reseller. Thank you so much. That's a new name for the brownie points list.
Yes,
sir. Track that, Tommy?
Yep, I got it down.
Nice. Then we got Reseller King. What's going on, my man? Alexis, how you doing today? Good to see you. Alex, Fat Man and Flipper says, I am financially free. That's what's up.
Every time I think of Fat Man the Flipper, I think of his outro where they have the people singing the opera song.
Oh, yeah.
I always think that.
That is awesome.
That was epic.
Yep. We need to get something like that for the show. Like, community, come up with like an awesome like intro for the show or something like that.
Right,
we'll put it up. Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward, what is up? Cherry Picker, hey Veronica, good to see you. We have Just Me Kathy in the house. What's up, Kathy? Adventures in Reselling, what's up, Victoria? Saw your live yesterday. You guys did a good job. There was some bearded guy on there, though. I didn't quite know who he was.
Right, he looked very handsome, though. I tell you that.
That's what I heard in the chat. Reseller Man, what is up? DC Sales, the master of the license plate, is with us. Diane Matthews, how are you this morning? Steampunk Town, what's going on? Reselling Addicts, what's up, Jenny and Jeff? Good to see you guys. Key Lime Kisses, what is up? Eric Bischoff, my man, killing it on Amazon. Moronic Pest, what is going on? Ceosa Sales, what's up, Lisa? Uh-oh, I see Broken Hearts. What happened?
Broken Hearts?
Yeah. Reselling Addict said Kathy, Broken Hearts. What's going on, Kathy? I don't know. Let us know what's going on. Jody Mitomo, what's going on, my man? What's up, Craig?
Craig.
Land Shark Picker. Yeah, I don't know if we can hold up those standards, Eric, but we'll do our best. We kind of don't have any standards around here. We just kind of go live, and what happens happens.
Right.
I try to bring the beard portion of the show.
Yeah, we rely heavily on the power of Nate's beard.
Sponsored by Lion Tamer.
Good morning to Kelly, Hit Flippin' Mama. Mike McCloskey, what's going on, my man?
I should do a video of how to line tamer your beard.
You should.
I think I would get some views.
You should just give us a live demonstration right now. I'd like to have the exclusive here on the morning show. You can still put out a video.
We'll have to get in with the beard's agent. We'll see if we can get him on the show.
Wouldn't that be you, though? Wouldn't you be the beard's agent? Or do you outsource that?
I don't know. We have to figure that out. Things are starting to go. Nah, I'm just kidding. But
what's up, FGS? Couple of pickers says that's why we tune in the beard. Good morning. That's awesome. Nate's beard has its own fan base. We should make T-shirts for the beard.
Right?
Can you make that happen, Tommy? Like right around the collar, you should just have like a beard coming down, and then underneath it should say brought to you by Lion Tamer. Then on the back you can have Nate's logo.
Be like having the beard and it'd be like, this is my reselling beard.
Something like that, yeah. I think that'd be awesome.
We can come up with something for sure, I'm sure.
There you go, Mike. He says I need a YouTube name with picker in it. How about Boogie Picker? Sounds good to me. I mean, one of the best ones I've seen is Bum Crack Picker. Everybody loves BCP. Destiny's in the house. What's up, Des? Good to see you.
What's up, Des? Keelan Kisses says the tamer, not the crumbs.
Yeah, I think the notification thing was my fault, Kathy, because I realized I had it set at 7 a.m. because I forgot to go into YouTube and readjust it to Eastern time. So it's my bad, guys. Luckily, most of you guys know what time the show starts. So I'm wondering, is RC Maddox in the house right now or not? So I got a package in the mail yesterday. I ordered from him. I was going to show it off. I didn't realize you were in PA, RC.
Really?
Yeah. He's like in meet-upable distance.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see where mine is.
Oh, gotcha, Kathy.
I know anybody in the chat who is interested in Funkos. Walmart and Target has a bunch of different things that are really deep discounts. So check it out.
Sure. Well, go ahead.
My package from RC is coming today. It's out for delivery, it says.
Nice. There you go. Quick shipping, RC.
I guess I'll have to give them 5-star positive feedback.
Yeah, that's what I did. So the topic for today, I just said is winter goals, because we're all in cold weather towns, so we have to adjust the way we do things in the winter. So, like, what are some goals that you guys have set for yourselves? And I'd like to see some goals from the chat too, because I'm always looking for new ideas to kind of help me get ahead. So, what are some things that you try that you want to try to do this winter to kind of help you? Because for me, it's harder to source in the winter because I'm more reliant on RA and thrifting, and all of like the bargain basement stuff pretty much goes out the window. So that's why I'm trying new things this winter, just because I want to do better this winter than I did last winter.
My main goal for this winter is to get that PayPal working capital loan paid off. I want to get that paid off as quickly as possible, and then the secondary goal, because that takes part of the first goal, is when that PayPal working capital loan is paid off, I'm going to automatically take out another one to invest into some liquidation and go heavy into Amazon, probably do about half and half. So what I need to do to accomplish that goal is I have to situate how I'm doing things here out of the house. I'm either going to have to reorganize, rethink how I'm doing it, because I definitely am going to need more room in order to be able to do that. Those are my two main goals for the winter months. In a bigger sense, there's not as much sourcing availability. There's not as much distraction by flea markets, yard sales, estate auctions and stuff like that. I can really zone in on trying to accomplish that.
That's good.
That's my two main things.
How about you, Nate?
I think this year, well, I guess, after the holidays, I think my main focus is going to be wholesale. Getting some of those getting gated. I mean, I've done pretty well, just sourcing one day a week and just getting like home goods and everything. Like I'm up to almost 8,000 for my last 30 days, and you know, that's just the tip of the iceberg, really. I mean, I'm leaving a lot of items, um, you know, sitting on the shelves or not buying them because I can't. Like they're literally gated, or it really wouldn't make sense for or for eBay because the prices are a little bit lower on some of the items for the clearance. So that would be the main thing for me, just open up that floodgate, and now adding a whole another possible income too, because I want to add some wholesale
Mm-hmm.
too. I would definitely want to open it up where I open in multiple gates and different things, but I also want to try and find some stuff that I can get 30% margins, so I can kind of, add that to what I already have going on. And it shouldn't be too much extra work, because I have it sent here and then I just kind of throw it in a box or throw a label on it and call
Yeah,
it a day.
for sure. I was just looking through the chat. Hey, what's up? Ads Robinson is in the house.
Oh, is he? What's
The
up?
man, the myth, the legend, all the way from the UK. Glad to see you, Ads.
Sure.
Kelly, come on board, says she's looking into selling on Amazon Canada. Me and Nate were just talking about that last night.
Yes.
Cajun Roots reseller. My goals are to list all my items I have from sourcing the last few months, including the things I found, or the free things I found. And while I scroll through here, I kind of shared my goals a little bit yesterday, but I kind of want to go deeper into this kind of stuff, just because it's helpful for me, because I want to continue to scale the business during cold weather. Now, I've been squirreling stuff away, kind of like a squirrel with nuts, all like summer, in anticipation of winter coming. But like I killed the game when it came to like listing the past few months. So like I'm getting to like the bottom of my death pile now. So I'm to the point now where, like Tommy said, I want to get the PayPal working capital loan paid off fully. I got probably about $1,000 roughly left to pay off. So I want to get that paid off as soon as possible. But I also I'm going to use that money to reinvest it into wholesale and some liquidation as well, because I've set two like uncommon goals, things I haven't done yet that I want to try this winter. The first one is I want to order at least one liquidation pallet, and the second one is I want to buy at least one storage unit. As of right now, I'm still waiting on 3 storage lockers. They will end Saturday morning, so I should at least get one this week. So that'll be like one new thing off of my winter bucket list. I'm also going to probably have to get a storage unit this weekend too, just because I don't have any room to bring it back to my house, and my wife's been hounding me to get one anyway. So those are two things that I'll probably check off the list this weekend. But I'm real interested in trying the liquidation as well, not to mention getting into wholesale so I can get ungated on some like more fun sourcing categories for Amazon. And I also want to be able to start my other eBay store that's just going to basically deal in like trading cards and stuff like that. So I don't have to worry about not being a top rated seller because of sending stuff out with a stamp and not providing the tracking, stuff like that. So that's kind of my short list of things. I mean, there's a lot more kind of involved in accomplishing those things rather than just the 2-second explanation. But that's kind of where I want to go this winter. I'm also going to continue to go to the bins heavy this winter and do a lot of RA and try to build up Amazon, because right now my Amazon store is like pretty much on life support because it's sold out of everything for the most part. So trying to get that stock to where it needs to be is going to be a major concern too.
I see reseller King says, Tommy, you should look into storage units, high volume, low cost. And I kind of watch them, and I look at the online bidding on storage unit sites, and I'm registered with them and everything. And if the right deal comes on, I mean, I would have to get it cheap, because I think I said it last week in the show. The one-off listing, I'm so through with it. I'm done with it. And you're doing storage units, it's going to be a lot of that, and then you also have to find a place to get rid of the stuff that isn't online worthy. And I've done the flea market thing. I mean, it's all right. I had a booth. I was there every week, and I got tired of not having any weekends or whatever available. So I don't really know if I want to get into the storage unit. That's why I want to get into the liquidation, where I can get multi-quantity listings and spend actually less time going out and running around and sourcing. And with units, you'd be going, running, cleaning. Now I have to have a place to bring all that stuff through to be able to process it and sort it. I don't know if that's something I want to get into, but I do keep an eye on them just in case, like, there's just one of those dang can't pass up this locker deal, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I'm honestly like just considering, for the most part, as far as storage units go, donating a lot of that stuff that's not eBay worthy, not, you know, able to go on any of the various platforms that I use. Just anything that's like complete trash. Like the way I'm kind of mentally preparing myself, first wave of stuff I'm taking out is trash. That's all going to go directly to a dumpster somewhere. Then second wave is going to be stuff I can just drop off at Goodwill on my way, you know, wherever. The place I'm going to be getting these units at has a Goodwill and a Salvation Army very close. So dump off all the donatable goods, get that tax write-off, and then from there just take everything else back to the storage unit is kind of what I've been thinking.
And I thought about going that route too with storage units, you know, just cherry picking and then donating the rest off. But man, it's so hard for me to like give money away. So it's like, dang, I know if I could stockpile of this and then take it over to the flea market and have a dollar table and,
yeah,
you know, recoup that, you know, hopefully what I'm cherry picking is more than paid for the unit, put me well in the profit. So it shouldn't hurt to donate it. But man, it's hard for me to, it'd just be like walking down the street and being like, here, man, here's $1. Here, dude, here's $5. You know, just people you don't know.
Yeah.
And I probably need to get over that because my time would probably be more valuable just donating it and work on just the stuff that's worth good money. I don't know.
Well, you figure you can write off
just in my thoughts. It's crazy. Like I was saying yesterday with Grimes, man, there's so many different ways to make money out there, and I'm trying to grab them all. And I gotta focus. My brain is out there in so many different directions right now.
That's why I set up, like, I'm gonna at least try storage. I'm gonna at least try liquidation because I see people making good money doing both. So I want to see if it's something that I could theoretically add to my repertoire. And what you just kind of gave me an idea while you were saying you don't want to just hand out $1, $5 here and there. If you have a storage unit, store some of that stuff away for like the winter and then sell it off. You know, do a big yard sale or go to the flea market or something.
Right.
You know. But Reseller King says you should look into storage. It's high volume at low cost. That's the entire reason I'm looking into it is, you know, and I have my physical limitations, which makes it a lot more difficult. But as long as I have help, I think I'll be fine. Plus, getting a storage locker is going to really help me to be able to like really sort through everything and get a little bit more productive. Kathy wants to get her inventory system finished and get my investment piles knocked out and listed. That's a great goal. I need to finish my inventory system as well. The more I implement it, the harder it is to find things because it's no longer in the place where I had it originally. Because, like, as you can see, these bags here, I'm starting to use those to store a lot of different things. Right now, it's mainly just plush because I have so much of it. But they take up like an entire shelf. So then I have to take everything off that shelf and move it to a new location. And then I forget where the new location is because it's not where it's been for like months. So that's one of the issues I've had. But I want to continue to implement that. Like I want to label all the drawers and stuff I have. You probably can't see them, but I have 3 stacks here, 3 stacks there. And I have other drawers that I'm needing to set up because for smalls and toys and stuff like that, It's easier just to keep them in drawers. That way I can like, kind of see through and kind of know where stuff is. But I need to get them listed on eBay where they're actually at. And that'll probably take me like a week to kind of fully get this thing where it needs to be.
I wonder if your place that you want to get a storage unit would be like they would be like happy for you to set up like your own yard sale there. If you did that, that would be like open sort of like your own, your own like basically your own like thrift store or a yard sale, like a basically like a company with a yard sale you could set up.
I don't know if they would or not because they do have like password protected gates, so you set up a password when you go there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Kelly. Like for me, it's hard to even walk in the basement right now. So that's another reason my wife's like, you need to do something because she's so tired of if she needs to come down to grab a pair of scrubs in the morning before she leaves, like taking 20 minutes of like basically it's almost like you ever seen that football drill where they're like jumping in and out of the tires. That's kind of what it's like walking in my basement right now. So I feel you.
Griffin, who's in chat, is from Latrobe, which is 30 minutes from me.
Who's from Latrobe?
Griffin.
Oh, nice. That's what's up, Griffin. Yeah, it's not too far from me either. Yeah, keep your office clean. Keep up on your books. Makes sense. Yeah, like nothing is essentially clean down here. I mean, it's getting a little bit better as I've been trying to get more and more stuff sent to Amazon. The problem is a lot of the stuff I have receipts for, I'm gated in, because I like buying like the toys and the fun things to source. Kathy dropped a link to Ad's channel. If you haven't checked him out, please do. He has been a guest on our show. If you haven't seen that, you can check back through my, what are they called? Series is playlists. You check back through my playlists and just look for ENTREPRE-DOERS. There's a really cool show with him on there. Look at that. Ciosa wants to do 270 listings. That's
holy moly.
You're going to kill the game if you get 270 listings up. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Like, kind of park right there for right now. What's your listing goal per day? Do you guys have goals or anything like that? Like, including everybody in the chat. Like, what do you like? Because for me, the minimum I like to do is 10. But there's plenty of days I get so busy either doing Amazon, doing personal stuff, or I'm just not feeling good to where like I'll throw up like 1 or a goose egg, 2 or a goose egg, 3 or a goose egg. But personally, like if I'm feeling okay and I don't have a whole lot going on in that day, then like I'm pretty disappointed in myself if I can't get a minimum of 10 up. But I normally try to shoot for 20 to 30 in a day if possible. But again, it all depends on what kind of inventory I have. Like, for example, right now, the stuff that I really want to get listed are I bought some NES systems off of Ryan and Pam at Thrift Mine, but I'm not sure if they work yet. So that's going to involve testing. And then if they don't work or they don't work the way I think they should, I'm going to have to go in, open it up, figure out what's wrong with it and fix it. You know what I mean? So, and I'm pretty sure the main reason I haven't even started on that yet is I'm pretty sure that I sold the parts to my NES system that I have to a viewer who needed some parts for their stuff. And I didn't mind doing that offhand because I have a Retron 3, so I could still play my NES games on that. And I just forgot to reorder myself parts. So that's been holding me back from testing that stuff as well. But I still have one Sega Genesis that needs refurbished. I only have 2 left that are for sale. I've sold like almost all of them. I think I had like 10 or 11 at one point. And I know I sold at least 3 or 4 through auctions. But that stuff sells so good locally. It's insane. And it's so easy to get like full asking price, especially this time of year. But what kind of listing goals do you two have?
I don't have a goal like per se the amount. Like I want to get 10 listings or 15 listings done. I go after more of a dollar amount. Right now, my goal is to get as many done as I can because I need to get my eBay store moving because it's just it's at a standstill. So, I mean, I usually when things are running normal operations and whatever, I try to do at least 10 at the very least. I do want to say good morning to the family Flips. They're in here, and let people know that on Fridays they'll be joining us on a pretty regular special every Friday. So we're going to be calling that the Friday Flips with the family Flips.
What's up?
And so they'll be joining us tomorrow, and then I believe pretty much every Friday thereafter. It's a good time when they're on the show. I think it's a good way to end the week.
Absolutely.
I
rewatched their live at like 4 a.m. today. Yeah, because I completely missed it yesterday because I was like all over the place with my wife not feeling well and having to go pick her up from work and everything. So yeah, I rewatched their live at like 4 a.m. I always love hearing them guys talk about stuff just because they're so like knowledgeable. They're just real. You know what I mean? They're just real people.
That's what I like about it is they're real. They seem very genuine when they talk. They're not trying to portray anything other than I like their kind of this is who we are, this is what we do, and you know from conversations that I've had with them, you know, this is who we are. Like it or leave it, you know, and I respect that. I love that about them.
It's awesome. Cajun Roots Reseller says, I was blessed with a church sale I spent money at the sale. Got a point of contact when the sale was over. They called me to go pick through what was left for free. That's amazing. Those are the type of connections that are really awesome to have in this line of work. People that are, you know, able to just give you free inventory like that. And I'm sure that they'll call you back too. You know what I mean? Not only when they have sales, but when they're looking to just get stuff out. There we go. Susan says, hey, we can do a challenge. Most listings this weekend, brownies shipped to the winner. Not a bad idea. We could probably verify that through the Facebook group. Nobody is, well, if nobody, because we have like 80, 90 people in there or whatever. But if you're not yet a part of the Facebook group, please make sure you go and join. I'll get you guys a link to it right now. It's just called ENTREPRE-DOERS, as far as my knowledge goes. But it's a good place to go and to, you know, just have a place to post your stuff, whether you're a content creator, reseller. You know, if you have questions, it's a good place to ask them. And it's a good place to motivate each other as well. So definitely feel free to always post anything there. The only role we have is just to be kind to one another. And as long as you're doing that, you can pretty much do whatever else you want. So there is the link. I just dropped it in the chat. If you guys are interested in doing a listing challenge or something like that, I fully support it. And, you know, maybe I'll even participate because I know my wife works this weekend too. So, well, as long as she's filling up to working, that is. I hope she is because we need the moolah, especially with us leaving for Disney next week. So
that is right. I keep forgetting about that.
Yep, we leave Wednesday. So
it's coming up pretty quick.
Yep.
Nate, how did you do on the List It or Zip It last night?
For being unprepared, because me being home was kind of just kind of drop of the hat type thing. I did pretty good, I think, because I had to do them from scratch basically, or I had some pictures of some stuff that I listed some, but forgot really what I listed when I not. So I had to like go back and search my listing to see what I did list and what I didn't. So I basically did a lot of stuff that I had from scratch, but I got like I think I got like 5 things listed in like a pretty short period of time, and you know there was interaction with the chat, so I really like the format. So if anybody who wants to do a working hangout with them, I recommend it, especially if you're going to be going to live they can get like 6 people, I think it'd be awesome because you
Yeah.
have at least 2 people to talk with, and you can kind of carry on with the chat and stuff.
And that Lauren sold what she listed in there too, so that was cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, to have it insta buy basically.
Yep.
She must have listed something pretty awesome and at a great time. So I mean, that's why you just got to list.
Reselling Addicts wants Amazon lessons with Nate.
I can do that. I don't have a problem helping anybody. I just a little bit of time constraints with me, but you know, I always try to help anybody who needs it.
Yeah, you're like my Mr. Miyagi of Amazon. He teaches me how to wax on, wax off. Pedlin Prophet says the goal is to add more contacts and sources locally. Absolutely, that's a wonderful goal. And that's one of the main reasons I'm trying these different avenues is because in Pittsburgh you need to have those type of avenues to source in the wintertime, just so you don't get the lull. You know what I mean? Because during yard sale season, my eBay's on and popping because I'm adding awesome inventory every single week. You know, I'm getting such good inventory that I literally will leave things that are worth $50 to $100 just sitting in a pile because I have stuff just as good being listed. You know, so. Yeah, I fully understand what you mean by this, Jenny. Like, I don't even know if my body can handle storage units. Right now, I'm just, I'm going to try, and I'm going to do just boxes and bags, and hopefully that'll work. Mike says most liquidation lots are just that, liquidation, but there are some real honey pots. Absolutely. I need to try to find them honey pots, and I'll be sucking them down like Winnie the Pooh. You know?
Yeah, I think liquidation's more the route if I had to pick one between that and storage lockers to go with, just because I think it would be a little bit easier for like a one-man show like myself in a limited time constraints. Like even if I was working full time, if I got a pallet delivered, you know, the hardest part would be just getting in the house. But once I got in the house, you know, it's basically all pretty solid inventory that I can, you know, should be able to sell through eBay or whatever. Yeah, it would be all eBay basically, unless it was some type of electronics.
Yeah, when I get it going on a liquidation, I mean, I'm going to stay away from the salvaged and the returns. I want to do the new or the shelf pulls, pretty much retail ready stuff. And I want to try to find stuff, you know, that obviously has a good sell through rate, but has a lot of quantity of one item too. You know, like find something that maybe has whatever amount on the pallet, but only has 15 different SKUs on it. So when I'm listing, you know, I'm listing 15 of these, 12 of those, 25 of them, you know,
right?
Because that takes the same amount of time listing as it does to just list one of these on eBay. So that's why I focus. I get more inventory up and create a sales history on items. The one-offs are just, they're aware, they're fun to go out and hunt for them, and they're great when you find them holy grail ones. But if you really want to scale, I'm finding it very hard to scale doing the one-off used items on eBay.
There you go. That's all I'll take.
You know, this.
I seen Griffin say something
about the case they're watching. I don't know
about estate sales, and the ones in my area. I live in the Mon Valley area, which is a half hour from them, and the estate companies that I deal with, they seem to be at eBay prices or higher. Now they do have 50% off days, but even sometimes at those prices, you know, the one or two items that hopefully might still be there on Sunday, you know, would still be a little bit high a lot of times. So I used to love going to estate sales, but lately I haven't been going to them at all right now.
Kathy, you said BVA.com or was that WA.com? Because I'm not getting any unless
I think it was VBA. I think
like Victor.
yeah.
I'm not getting anything whenever I type that in. Just send what Eric Bischoff said. Just send it to me, Anthony. What do you want me to send you? I'm behind in the chat, so that's probably why I don't. I'm trying to make sure I get like everybody's suggestions out on the screen.
I think he was talking about your inventory.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because you're talking about storage lockers and being like kind of buried alive in your basement.
Sure. If you want to come get it all and I'll list it for me. Ship it out when it sells. That'd be fun. Griffin's asking any dumpster divers. Kathy loves diving in dumpsters. I've done it a few times, but I don't do it on a regular basis. I would like to do it more often, but I don't know. Most of the time, whenever it's dark out, I just don't feel like going anywhere because my back hurts.
Eric said that your gated toys, he'll take all your gated
gotcha.
Reselling Addict says, reminder everyone that we have Florida Flipper on as a guest on our show live at 5 show tonight.
Okay. Yeah, do me a favor, drop a link so people can go subscribe to you guys and also hit that bell. And then please post that in the Facebook group too, just so everybody there knows, just in case they missed the show or whatever. Victoria wants to do at least 5 a day. Says that rarely happens. I need to get better with listing. Hey, the stuff you're doing with Jenny right now, though, like that's going to help you with the listing, and the fact that you guys are setting up goals like to hit before you go live again. That's really awesome too. So just keep doing what you're doing. You guys are going to get there.
Another thing you could do is Lonnie talks about all the time, a momentum board.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like, see your progress, and be like, wow, okay, I did good. Okay, I didn't do that good that day. I need to boost it up. Just try to add either total amount of items or the dollar amount. You could do either one and just try to make sure you set a goal for yourself and just keep raising it little by little. And then listing won't, it'll be a little bit easier every time you go and take a look at that chart.
And when you set your goals, man, I think this is very important. Everybody's got like big dreams, big goals, but when you're setting your goals, start out with lower obtainable goals. Something that's going to make you work, but make them obtainable, because every time I used to set like, man, I want to do this and I'm going to get this done. And then when I didn't get that done, I got really down on myself. And it's like, man, I can never make these goals because I was setting unrealistic ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make sure when you're setting your goals, they are a realistic goal. And what I also used to do was long-term goals. Like, this is what I'm going to do this year. And, well, that year goes by so fast, things come up, and you're always like, oh, I still got plenty of time. Before you know it, the year's over. You never got around to it. Set short-term goals, stuff that you can get done today, that you can get done today, or you can get done this week. All right, now I try not to set any goals out past the month, because once I get beyond the month, I start thinking, well, I ain't really got to work on that today because I got over a month to work on that. And those days dwindle real fast. So I think it's important to make sure that I think short-term goals will get you to the long-term end game quicker than setting a long-term goal thinking I got this amount of time to work on it. That's my personal opinion.
Because normally what I'll do is I'll have in my mind before I even get out of bed in the morning what part of the basement I'm going to tackle. You know what I mean? Like, for example, for a while there, it was just getting the plush out of the way, because I literally had a pile as tall as me just of stacked plush. So like literally right now I have 0 plush that need listed, and that to me is like an amazing feeling. But then there'll be some days it's like, okay, well today I'm going to completely gut, some of these laptops I have down here, because I have a lot of laptops that are basically for parts. But rather than selling it for parts, I'll go ahead and harvest the parts myself and then sell the parts on eBay, because the parts are worth more than the actual computer, even if it was working. So sometimes I'll sit down here and I'll spend 3 hours just gutting laptops, and doing that, and so I'll pick a project for each day, so that when that project's done, I at least feel like I've accomplished something for the day, and then anything I do above that project is pretty much gravy. So I do that a lot, and there's some days where I might not have any more than like 1 or 2 listings, because I spent the day gutting laptops, or doing this or that, testing stuff, fixing stuff, that kind of thing. That's pretty awesome though. Joe says he does 20 per day and Whitney does 25, so that's 45 listings a day. It's amazing. Cajun Roots Reseller does 25 to 35 a day. I know Freddie was saying, I pulled his down. I was just trying to get through some of these. He works real hard not to have a death pile, so he'll sit there for hours and hours listing all his stuff. But Joe says their goal is to get 30 a day. But they're working.
Well, I seen that where the goal is to get 30 a day, and I think I seen up there earlier where he said he does 25, and then I believe it's the gal that works with him does 25. So that's 50 listings he's getting up in his store a day. And they do liquidation. So with multi-quantity, think how much inventory that's adding to your store every day,
Absolutely.
That's great. And that's why I say I want to get into the multi-quantity listings. I believe that's where it's at if you want to make any type of real money.
Yeah. And as far as what Kathy's saying here is, I aim for at least 10 listings a day, but that depends on my pain level, et cetera. But on days she's feeling good, she makes up for it. That's my exact mindset each day. Even if I'm not getting 10 listings, I at least want to do work to set me up for the next day to put up 10 or even more. Should I be feeling up to it? Go ahead.
Question for you, Anthony, is, okay, you have a goal of doing 10 listings today, right? Mm-hmm. And then something comes up, you don't feel well, the listings took longer, whatever. You don't accomplish your 10. Say you accomplish 6.
Yeah.
Then is tomorrow's goal 14 to make up for that, or you just start again with the 10?
It depends on how I feel. Like if I'm having like a really good day, and I'm not like in agony, then my goals are always higher. You know what I mean? Like if I'm feeling really good, I want to hit 20 or 30. But if I'm feeling like crap, then I want to shoot for that 10. So I don't really do rollover or anything like that, because if I did rollover, I'd be sitting here having to do 300 today. You know what I mean? Like, because there's just some days I can't do it, just like anybody else, regardless of if you're in chronic pain or not, your stuff happens. So Moronic Pest is saying, other related question, how many hours per day do you try to list? 5 hours is my goal, but it's often less as there's so much else I need to do. Yeah, for me, it just goes with how I feel that day. That's why I love doing working hangouts, because it gets my mind off of the pain, because I'm hanging out with you guys, I'm hanging out with friends, I'm chatting, and whenever I do that, I love doing a good 5-hour working hangout. There's nothing better. If my wife's at work late, I'll be on here burning the midnight oil, trying to get as much listed as possible. So for me, I would say I'm most productive during working hangouts. But yeah, good 4 or 5 hours is, I think that's solid, if you can invest that amount of time. What do you guys think?
For me, whenever I'm in the hangouts, I usually look at the chat a little too much. That's why I was so pro the listed Zipic.
Yeah.
Not that I feel like I have to, but I just love interacting with people and talking with people. And, I always appreciate people in the chat coming hanging out with us and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I never want to make them feel like I'm not watching them or interacting with them and stuff like that. So I always the struggle's real with that for me. Like, I want to get stuff done, but I always I don't. So having a maybe even if I'm not doing like a like when we're doing hangouts on our channel, maybe rotate maybe like a chat watcher or something like that. You know what I mean? So this way that, you know, at least we can make sure that whoever is working can still interact, but doesn't have to watch the chat or whatever.
And that's how I am. That's why I like the hangouts that have like 4 to 6 people. I know it gets kind of crowded, conversation kind of overruns itself, but somebody's always usually paying attention to chat. If I'm just doing a hangout with like 1 or 2 other people, and those 2 other people are working, and that's what it's for, I feel obligated to show the chat attention so that I get nothing done.
Yeah.
So the more people that are in it, I love the hangouts for the fact is, you know, I'm not down here in my basement all alone, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, if there's not enough people where like there's always an eye on the chat, then I feel I just take it upon myself to feel, okay, I need to pay attention to the chat.
Yep.
And I want to point out in here, Fat Man the Flipper came in and he says, "Sup, Nate?"
What up, Fat Man the Flipper?
What up, Alex? I'm just trying to get caught up in the chat here. Okay, so RC Maddox is in the house. RC, I got to show you this, bro. I picked this up from RC on Throwing Monday's show, and it turned out really nice. Do you 3D print this thing? That's what it looks like to me. It's like something that'd be 3D printed. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I'll be right back, y'all. I got to refill.
Yeah, do your thing. What happened to your coffee girl?
I don't know where she at today.
Destiny! No.
Right. I'll be right back.
Do your thing, dude.
You might have cut her out of the budget.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. Thanks, RC. You sent that super quick, dude. And you live pretty close, dude. We should probably hit up the bin sometime or something like that. All right, let me try to get caught up here in this chat, see where I left off. Sorry if I missed anybody's comments. Just trying to make sure everybody's included because I want to try to glean from you guys today as well.
There was a few people that were talking about, like, you know, me doing like Amazon content for like beginners and like a Patreon or whatever. I wouldn't do that, like especially a Patreon right now because of like that's not on my mind. Like because I don't have the I don't want, if I had something like that where people were paying money, if that would ever be anything in my business model or anything, like I would have to make sure that, you know, I had a lot of time to be able to give valuable content and help and everything else. So with me doing, you know, working full time, there's just no way that's even an option. Doing starter videos, that's something I definitely want to do. The only problem is with anything Amazon, sometimes, you know, like for example, like if I did like how to, you know, do your first listing or whatever, I'd have to pull it up with my Amazon account, which has all my listings and items and all that and so on and so forth. So it's very hard to do content sometimes with Amazon, which really stinks because, you know, I love helping out and giving information, you know, giving tips. I love all that. I really do. And, you know, it limits me because of having to protect my business from anybody that would want to do harm to me or anything like that, which really stinks, or maybe go after my items that I sell. So, but I mean, if anybody ever has any questions or needs a little bit of help, I'll always try to help anybody the best I can with the best knowledge that I have. Best way to get a hold of me would be on Instagram or Facebook. I have, if you go onto my channel, there's in the top right corner, there'll be 2 buttons for those. It'll bring you directly to me on there. So just follow me or add me. And if you have a question, just hit me up.
For sure. Yeah, Larry says, old school Larry, next year I'm doing a monthly momentum goals with goals every month. That's awesome, dude. You should track that in your videos and see it, you know, so everybody can see how it goes for you.
Yeah, but like with me, like with listings, I just try to get as much as I can done, like if possible. Some days I don't do any. Some days I do. Like yesterday I did like 5 or 6. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty good for me on a work day. Now, if I'm off and I'm not sourcing or doing Amazon shipments, I usually do a hangout and try to get as much done as I can. But a lot of times, like we're just talking about with the me interacting with the chat, kind of cuts down from it. So
Dude,
just
look at
trying
this
to do as
mode
much
right
as I
here.
can.
Right now, my growth formula is I'm listing 63 on my main account, 12 on my second account, total of 75 a day. You're a machine, bro.
All right. What type of stuff are you listing that you're able to hit them numbers? That's what I'd like to know.
Really cool stuff like this.
So Destiny was up there doing bookkeeping,
uh,
and time got away from her. She was listening. I suppose I could have just said coffee call, but told her don't let it happen again, or I have to give her a payroll deduction.
yeah, sure. Doesn't she know that getting you coffee is the #1 priority for Crits by TBE?
Especially because you need a prescription of it, right?
By the way, that sweater is fresh today, man.
At the South Pole?
Yeah, dude, that's vintage, bro. I used to have one like that in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to wear a lot of South Pole and stuff like that too.
It's warm too. It's flawless. It's in great condition.
Looks real comfy.
That's a good way of looking at it, Chris. He says I look at dollar amount instead of listings. I know Lonnie does that too, and a lot of other people do as well. And that's important sometimes, is looking at the dollar amount. For me, I always try to list like the stuff that's going to bring my investment back quicker. So other than that, like most of it's like $10, $20 items. So I just try to throw up as much as possible. I'll go with the easy stuff quickly too. If I can scan it, pop like, a few photos, be done. I try to do those quicker too. Thanks for the pickupplease.org. Kathy, I put that on my phone. I'm going to look at that after the show.
No, I didn't, Perlini. What did you say? I'm looking. She make a comment in here about South Pole?
Yeah.
What did she say? How far up is it?
I can't remember exactly what it is, so I can't. I don't want to try and repeat it and be wrong.
Say it again.
Yeah, having wholesale accounts, like that's like I was saying, that's gonna be my main focus, and because of that, like RC is able to churn out a lot of those items and things, and it's multi-quantity, and you can bulk up your store really good by doing that and buying bulk lots of liquidation and stuff. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. Lisa and Rob are saying how much work really gets done on working hangouts. I mean, for myself, for like Hit Flip and Mama, I know we can speak. We're most productive in those. But I mean, for other people, like for example, Nate says he gets sucked into the chat a lot. Like full transparency, when I do a working hangout, I tell people, hey, like I'm gonna lose track of the chat just because I'm gonna get lost. The listener zip, it's a great concept though, because people kind of take turns looking at the chat, and I do watch the chat as much as I can. But if it starts scrolling pretty fast, then what I mean, I'm going to get lost here and there. But the goal is for me, it's almost like going back to cubicle work. I'm in my cubicle, Nate's in the cubicle next to me, Tommy's in the cubicle in front of me. Someone else is at the cubicle over here, and we're just doing our work and we're chatting. You know what I mean? That's what I really like about it. Because it essentially feels like you're at work with somebody else more so than just sitting in the dingy basement by yourself. So, I mean, I'm more productive that way, because if not, then I'm going to be looking for somebody else's hangout or somebody else's stream, and then I'm going to get sucked into the chat. You know what I mean? Because I'm not participating in it. But when I'm in the working hangout, I can just talk back and forth. Nate could say, oh, so-and-so said this in the chat, and then I could just speak back to so-and-so. You know what I mean? So for me, that's just what I found works for me. But to each their own. Everything's going to be different for everybody else. Whatever you find works for you, you just need to go with. I'm definitely interested in partaking with you guys for the List It and Zip It. A lot of it has to do with like full transparency with how I feel, or if my wife needs anything. Like last night, I would have loved to have jumped in, but my wife came home from work and she wasn't feeling good, so I was like caregiver last night. So I didn't want to kind of just ditch her to go list in the basement, or else I totally would. But yeah, definitely keep me in mind for future ones. I love doing that kind of stuff.
Batman,
Go ahead.
Batman the Flipper said the T word in chat.
What's T word?
Taxes. Yikes.
Eek. Yeah,
You
for sure.
don't say those words. I don't want to earmuffs.
Yeah, for sure. And again, just a reminder, if you're not a part of our Facebook group, please go ahead and join. Griffin, you're speaking my language. You're mentioning all kinds of like really cool toys in your comments. Mary Lou, what's up? You're Kelly's mom. This is Hip Flippin' Mama's mom. Awesome.
Hi, Mary.
Your daughter is awesome. She's done a lot to help me grow on YouTube, and she's very cool. So good job raising her.
Mary, your daughter's like my mama.
Yeah.
Basically.
And she's definitely good people. Shad Juice is in the house. What's up, my man? You guys finally got a win this past week. Shad Juice has been killing the game too with some of his pickups. I don't know if you guys have been watching any of his videos, but he's been picking up some really cool stuff. Gotta make sure I'm not missing anybody here.
Mama's in the chat. Mama, your mama's in the chat.
Yep. Myra's asking, should I list before I receive the merchandise? I have a DVD bulk purchase on the way. That's up to you. It depends on when you're getting it and if it's within your turnaround time, if you feel comfortable with it. For example, I ordered a bunch of stuff from Target and Walmart, and I listed it, I believe, the day before I got it, because I knew that it was within I put a 2-day turnaround time, which I ship same day pretty much all the time, but I keep it there just so people are like, wow, that came really quick. And then a lot of feedback I get is, wow, this guy ships really fast. So for me, it was safe knowing that I was getting it the next day to go ahead and list it. But for the most part, I normally don't, just so I don't like screw myself over or have to drop ship something. But in that certain instance, it was fine for me. But it's all about how you want to run your business and what works for you. You know what I mean? Because by the time you get the stuff, you could already have some sales. So it's entirely up to you.
The other thing that would worry me in that scenario, or my question would be, it was basically, who is it coming from? Is it coming from a store or a person, or just like maybe a random eBay purchase or whatever? If it's a friend that you're buying a bulk lot from, or somebody you could probably start listening early. Maybe like the day before, like Anthony said. If it's a store, same thing. If it's a random eBay person, you might want to make sure that everything's correct. You never know. It could be damaged and stuff too.
That's awesome. Those wholesale counts, large quantities of stuff like game collections, liquidations, etc. That's amazing. Yeah, because I could totally see sitting there and busting out like 75 video games in a day or something like that. And for me, like, honestly, it would be fun just dealing with the video games, even if I'm not playing it. Like, just like, oh, look, I'm listing a Super Nintendo game. Like, Super Nintendo is my favorite system of all time.
Mortal Kombat.
Shut up to RC Max.
It is a lot easier. It is a lot easier and a lot faster, at least for me, to list something in categories that I enjoy. There's times where I choose to list things that I enjoy listing that are worth less than other things that I have that I could list that are worth more, just because it's not as enjoyable, or it's more of a pain in the butt to list, even though it's worth more and it would probably sell faster. I'd rather do the stuff I enjoy first, even at a lesser value. Fellini says, Tommy, what's your favorite coffee? Okay, coffee brand, honestly, is Aldi's. I love the Aldi's brand coffee. And then I either use caramel macchiato creamer in my coffee or 2 scoops of hot chocolate.
Sounds good.
And with wholesale buys, you might not make as much money on it, but to me, it's like a bonus. Like that's why I want to add it to me. It's a way of expanding my numbers. You know what I mean? Adding more profit every month. Might eat up a little bit more capital, but you do it right. You expand them categories, and you could find some really good products that have a little bit more, uh, you know, profit margins. Because I mean, look at what we're buying sometimes at Walmart. You can buy stuff that's replenishable on Amazon and Walmart, and if you're buying wholesale, you're actually getting those probably, I'm guessing, cheaper. So just like on those items, I mean, profit would be really good. You just gotta really fight and look for them.
Retailing Addicts is up to 180. Guys, show them some love. Let's get them to 200. They're an awesome channel. I firmly believe that they're going to be one of them channels that blow up. So get in early. You can be one of the first 200 subscribers to Jenny and Jeff. They're about to blow up, man. They're doing great things. This early on in the game. So I firmly think that they're going to grow pretty large.
Yeah, I think her and Victoria together are a good combo, especially with that show. I think it's going to do really well.
Yeah, I agree.
Bluegrass says hot chocolate genius. Yeah, we were out of creamer one day, and I was like, man, out of creamer. We're out of sugar, or almost out of sugar. I had to make sure Destiny has her sugar because she likes a little coffee with her sugar. So I was like, well, what can I do? And I just happened to look on top of the refrigerator. We had this big can of Swiss Miss, and I'm like, wow, there's sweetener in there. There's some dairy dry creamer in there, and I'm like, huh. So I tried it, and I've been hooked on it ever since.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, at work we have just coffee, and we have a hot chocolate machine. So what I call it is like the cheap man's like mocha.
Yeah,
I just mix it together, and I don't taste like straight coffee because I could drink coffee, but I have to put creamer and all that in it. I can't drink it just black, so I put like 2/3 coffee, the rest hot cocoa, and it's actually pretty good.
That's awesome.
It's beer approved.
Griffin was asking, how much do you find but want to keep? I do that all the time. Like, I currently probably have stuff in my store that I listed way above what it's worth just because I don't want to sell it. You know what I mean? And there's some things that I'll just kind of like own until they sell. Like sometimes, like, because I love collecting Nintendo stuff. So a lot of times, like, for example, like video games, they might not be ones that I 100% want for my collection, but I like to have in my collection. So I'll kind of list it a little bit higher than it's worth and just kind of like own it until it sells. But I don't collect a whole lot. I basically collect Nintendo stuff and sometimes a little bit of like the OG like toys that I had when I was a kid. But for the most part, I sell most of them unless like I won't get a fair value for it. Like I have a G1 Optimus Prime that I just don't list because it's in bad shape. I pulled it out of the bins. And I figure if I'm going to get pennies on the dollar for a G1 Optimus Prime that I had as a kid, I'm just going to keep it and have it as an adult. So, other than that, I don't really collect a whole lot of stuff. My wife's a big Disney collector, so like essentially almost everything Disney I bring home, we keep, and basically clutters my entire house up. But I love her; she loves it. Works out in the end. How about you guys?
I don't keep too much stuff. I'm on my goal and my path to full time. You know what I mean? So I'm really. My wife would call me very cheap, even when we go shopping. I don't like buying this. I try to keep everything very minimum to that. So for that point, I push everything as much as I can to the business and try to not keep anything. I might actually bought two Batman Funkos for myself, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I find a ton of stuff that I'd love to keep myself, but I'm also a type of person that everything I have has a price. Like there's nothing. I don't think there's absolutely anything that I can think of that I could say, man, I wouldn't sell this for all the money in the world. Everything's got a price. I like dollars more than I like having things in the house.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this is cool. This is I love this cup. I picked this up. This is great. This is my cup, but you offer me the right price and it's yours.
Yeah.
It's like Kelly Ecom Mom Ward says she picked up some Kahlua coffee last week. I haven't tried that. I've been tempted. I haven't tried it. I know if we have fireside coffee, sometimes we'll use Bailey's for our creamer or some rum chata. That's pretty good too. I mean, I bought in quite a few boats that I bought for myself, and then an offer came across, and I was like, oh man, I love this boat, but bye. I get another one.
I know somebody that can call your phone, Kelly.
I'll call you.
I was calling my phone.
I'll call you, Kelly.
Kelly's phone.
You should call her right now and put her on speaker.
Call her live.
Yeah. We haven't put out the phone number for the show in a while.
Oh, yeah,
sometime soon.
Should do that. Get that OBS going. We can just have it scroll.
Myra says, thanks for sharing your dingy basement. You're very welcome. That's awesome.
Good morning.
She found it.
What is up?
I love you.
Love you.
Thank you for calling me.
Oh, you're welcome.
I love how Nate Bailey.
I wanna know.
Are
Nate,
you serious?
Nate,
100%.
ask her. I want to know where was the phone that she couldn't find it.
Well, good morning to all my boys on the panel, and good morning to everybody in the chat. Mama loves you all so much.
Yep. Tell them where they can go and subscribe to you at.
Tell them where you can get, they can subscribe to you at.
Where they can subscribe to me at? Hip flippin' mama, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
All right, honey, I'm going to get back to wrapping my jewelry, and I will talk to you guys later. If you guys want to do a working hangout, hit me up. I'm not a listed and don't listen kind of girl. I'm a work, and a working hangout kind of girl.
All right.
All right, baby. Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Reselling Addicts asks, hey, Tommy, can I come in with you and Nate this weekend to set up green screen? Yeah, anybody that would be interested in learning the ins and outs of green screen or OBS in general. I know me and Nate are going to do something sometime this weekend. I don't know what his schedule looks like, but I'm pretty open.
That is one of the top priorities this weekend.
Yeah. I'll probably partake in that too. I'm going to try to get my mom's laptop because she has a PC and see if I can't get myself up and running on StreamYard with it. That way I can be cool like Tommy. I'll just have to get a South Pole thing so I can be cooler.
Yeah, that's one thing I definitely want to add. I want to be able to do some What's Sold videos with it because it looks so, so good.
Yeah, I'd be interested in checking out some of your developer stuff, RC, for sure. What's up, David M? The car boot picker's in the house. Good to see you, buddy.
We have another PA person that's new to the chat, Samby from Central Pennsylvania.
Nice.
I love seeing all the PA people.
Like what part of Central Pennsylvania? Exactly. That's Max Gary, my man. What's going on, dude? How do you judge prices? Griffin says. What I do is I look up eBay sold listings and I try to price it comparable to what it's selling for. That's how I do it, because anybody can ask what they want for an item. Doesn't mean it's going to sell. So I look at what it's selling for, and I will sell it somewhere in that range. Hey, thanks, Jenny. I appreciate that.
We have another PA person. I guess it would be like Junk Trader, JUNQUE.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, she's pretty close, I think. What part do you live in again? That's Anissa is her name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love seeing all the PA people because I want to meet all these people. I want to do meetup and Sambuys from Sunbury.
Just for you guys who are from PA in the chat right now, we're going to be doing a Pittsburgh meetup in April. Tommy and Destiny are coming in from Wisconsin. Nate and I are going to organize that, and we'll try to get like decent price on hotels for anybody that's not local. But for you local guys and girls, mark your calendar. We don't have a specific date yet because we're kind of waiting on the Shamrock effect to give us a date range they're coming, so we can set it up around them, because we want to give them a warm welcome to Pennsylvania and hopefully keep them. You're not allowed to go back to Wisconsin, Tommy.
Right.
You must stay.
We held captivity in PA.
We'll keep Tommy in a basement here in Pennsylvania, and we'll say it puts the listing up on eBay.
Yeah, right.
I got room in the basement for you, Tommy. Come on. That'd be an awesome setup.
Kathy, thank you so much for sharing all the links. I really appreciate that. If you guys aren't subscribed to anyone that Kathy's been dropping links for, make sure you check them out. Also, make sure you subscribe to the panel, because this show rotates. We don't like the red subscription buttons around here. They really bother us. So if you click it and it turns gray, it would make us really happy.
Click it gray all day.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited for the meetup, man. Like, honestly, like I don't really hang out with anybody other than you guys online here on YouTube and work people, and I don't like my work people, so I enjoy everyone here, and you guys are like my friends, not just people online.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree. My flipping life. What's up, Jordan? Good to see you, dude.
Got a super chat.
Oh, I did? Okay. I'm not even down there yet. Let me click over to the other screen. Shane, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Definitely not necessary, but always appreciated. I love to see that support. So thank you very much, man. Really appreciate that. Peddling Profits wants to know if they can order mugs from you, Tommy.
Yeah, he said he likes these prescription mugs, and yeah, it wouldn't be totally the same. These are 15 ounce. We have 11 ounce mugs. This is also an amber glass, which we don't have. We just have white mugs. So I told him we would get on that to see how we can make it look like this as much as possible. This design and template is readily available, but how to actually make it look like the prescription bottle might be the challenge.
Trying to get up to where I was in the chat so I don't miss any of you guys. Griffin's asking, do we ever do flea markets? I do in the summertime. Full transparency, I didn't do as much this past summer as I did the summer before. Summer before, I was going multiple days a week, every week. This past summer, I was maybe going once a month, maybe twice a month, depending on the type of inventory I had. I really have gotten a lot pickier with the stuff that I source. At first, I was sourcing for flea markets and eBay and Poshmark and not Instagram, Mercari and all that. Then I basically just started sourcing for online stuff, and I would basically take stale inventory out to the flea market and flip it there, like basically pennies on a dollar, just to get my money back. But do you guys do any flea marketing?
I do all kinds of flea marketing all the time in the summer. I've sold and I have do lots of buying.
There's a local one probably like 15 minutes away from me that I go probably once a year. I probably should go more, but it's on Sundays, and that's when I was doing the estate sales a little harder, so that might change a little bit as things progress.
Yeah. Could you share my screen for a second, Anthony?
Sure.
This is what ours would look like, and you can get it customized with your name on it.
That's pretty cool.
So people had an idea.
That's an awesome little effect you got there.
It really pops out, eh?
Right.
All right, but yeah, that's what our prescription mugs would look like. They'd be 11-ounce mugs, dishwasher, microwave safe.
Nice. RC Maddox is down for the meetup. That's what's up. Dude, we should totally link up sometime, though. I would love to come check out some of that Nintendo stuff you have sometime. Jenny said so many people in PA. I'm jealous. Hey, PA is wide open. Come on down.
Just me, Kathy says, I need that cup, Tommy. How much? We do those cups, $15 plus shipping. Our mugs ship first class, so we do a $4.99 flat on shipping.
Kelly lived in Pittsburgh as a child way back in the early 80s. That's awesome. You just missed the great Super Bowl years of the 70s.
RC said that he sold at Steel City Con once, probably won't do it again. Sticking to the smaller shows with smaller vendor fees. I want to start going to a lot of the different shows. I was talking to Anthony about that the other day.
Nice. Freddie's going to come in for the show. He'll be moving here April or May. It's awesome. Looking forward to that, dude. You're going to love his picture, too, because he's all Steelered out. You can see Heinz Field behind him. Man after my own heart.
Victoria's asking where can you order those? We don't have a site. We're working on getting a site set up where people will be able to order stuff from us and people's merch that we're fulfilling for them. But right now, if there's anything, just email me at thebargaineffect@gmail.com. Let me know what you would like, how many you would like, and then we can send you an invoice on it. But all coffee mugs are $15 plus $4.99 shipping, so basically $20 shipped. If you order more than one, we'll do combined shipping, so you get the best shipping rate possible.
Tommy Bernard says, question, I know y'all balling, but how did you get Iced Tea to sit up in the right corner all show?
It was hard getting him to take a break from Special Victims Unit, but we have that kind of pull, Tommy.
Got the chain on today. He's flossing this morning.
Go get all my chains. Go get all my chains. I'll put them all on at once.
Good, dude.
I used to wear like 3 chains through high school, and people would say stuff
I've
like
heard
that.
2 chains, but you're 3 chains, huh?
2 chains.
I was figuring I'd just dress retro today.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Just me, Kathy says,
like
send to your PayPal, Tommy. I guess the payment for the mug or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I'll put my PayPal link in chat.
Kelly wants to know if anybody else is having problems printing labels off PayPal. I honestly never print them off PayPal, so I don't know. Either of you guys ever do that?
Yeah, I've never had any. I never had to use PayPal like that.
I normally if she's probably doing it for her auction, I normally do, like, anytime I do an auction, I just do through pirate ship for the most part. So, I got an offer of $9 for a
Here
West
we go.
Virginia shocker.
Here we go. Check this shit.
Look at that, Tommy. It's like a foam finger that's shaped like a shocker for West Virginia mountaineers.
Didn't you get the bins with me?
Look at that. Look at that bling right there. It needs to be cleaned so bad.
Oh, is that a basket? Nice.
Blang blang. Money a thing.
Oh, we'll put all this one. Oh.
Isn't that that West Virginia shocker one? Didn't you get that the bins with me?
Yeah.
Fish one.
And it just sold for $9.
My rope.
I need a thumbnail of this.
Oh, yeah, we definitely do.
Mr. T.
Come on, put them all on, Tommy.
The full Mr. T effect.
How's the rope? These are all mine here. This one I don't think fits around my head.
When you put your hat back on, you need to put it like this, though.
Gangsta.
This one don't fit. This is my
Sheesh.
one that I wear for Jaslyn. I don't know, girl.
Nice.
But she's in the motocross, so that don't fit either. My head's too big. I look like Mr. T here in a minute.
That's awesome.
This was my brother's and his ring he always wore.
Stuff like this you'll only see on the Entrepreneurs Morning Show.
Right?
My herringbone.
Oh,
Amazing.
Other Figaro.
Did Destiny really just go collect every single chain in the house?
Yeah, I just got them.
These are all his.
These are all mine.
I think Tommy likes jewelry. I think, right?
You got any like pinky rings you can throw on with that?
Worth
No,
about
I'm not a big ring person because my fingers swell all the time.
pinky ring worth about 50 bling bling.
Oh, this one.
Here, hold on.
Like my fingers don't like to pop. There we go. And here's my Jerry Springer beads when I showed my boobies.
Nice.
There we go.
Really?
Okay, wait, hold on a minute. I got to blow up my screen for a minute.
All right.
All right, I need your face in the picture, though, Tommy.
Oh, all right.
Put your hat on, gangster. There you go.
All right. Don't move yet. All right, you're good.
Man, it's just heavy.
I'm crying.
Never worn. This is the first time you've ever worn them all at one time.
All right. So
That's gonna be the staple every morning now, Tommy.
that's
You set
like
the bar. I might have to go get some chains or something. I gotta get a plug on some jewelry.
Somehow, man.
All
I
right.
gotta go to a jewelry auction or something. Mom, I gotta come to your auction.
There we go.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
That's our new logo for the morning show. That's a new entrepreneur's thumbnail.
Possibility, Destiny.
What's that?
Thank you for making this a possibility. That is awesome.
Mr. T approves this show.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop that into the Facebook group for all of you guys to enjoy and admire.
Oh, that was epic.
Did you want me to take your necklaces for you? So you're not
No, he gotta wear them. He gotta wear them every show. He gotta wear them every show. That is the staple of the show now.
put that on a mug.
Put that on.
Yeah, you should send me that picture.
I'm putting it in the Facebook group right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna snatch it up and put it on a mug.
That would be amazing.
That could be a mug. That would, if anybody wants, let me know.
I think everybody wants. All right, guys. So it is officially up in the Facebook group. I'm going to drop the link again in case you are not a member. Go ahead and join so that you can have access to that exclusive picture. Tommy 2.0.
Just Wow.
It is Facebook official.
Yep. That's amazing. Tommy Bernard said, so if Mr. T and Ice T had a baby, you would get 2.0. T 2.0. Yes. Yes, you would.
Oh.
Tommy
That's-
Bernard says, trust me would use merch, fool.
Oh, your chat's going quick now.
I know I'm trying to catch
Catch
it
up.
here. It seems just me. Kathy asked me something. I can't find it.
Sales to Sales says, go ahead and invoice me.
What's it for that Tommy mug?
Yeah, I think so.
No, but as of right now, till we get our site set up, or I don't know if we're gonna do it through. If I'm gonna do a Facebook store, or if we're gonna do Etsy, or both. But if anybody wants any printed mugs, merch, or whatever, for now, just email me at thebargaineffect@gmail.com. Let me know what you want. We're doing custom T-shirts and mugs right now. I'm working on perfecting the hats.
What was your comment, David? Let me see if I can scroll up and find it. Sorry, the chat was moving real fast, so. Oh, okay, I'm guessing this is it. Sorry, everybody, for not showing any haul or sales videos. Just waiting for my last clothing item to sell. Sorry if the trivia game is getting boring. Yeah, dude, no problem. I think a lot of people watch just because they like you and they like your personality. So, maybe just go live and talk with people. If I mean, I don't know if the trivia is getting boring for you. If it is, then just go live and just do life with people, But it doesn't bother me any that you're not doing that. You do what you want to do when you want to do it. It's your channel.
The beauty of YouTube.
But yeah, dude, don't get down about that. It's not a big deal. There's a lot of other things you could do too. With reselling, you could basically go online and do anything you want. I mean, you could do a how-to video. That would be pretty simple. Like, how to ship items, how to, do this on eBay or that on eBay. You know what I mean? Like, so, you don't ever have to feel like, down because of that kind of stuff. And if you need help with anything too, definitely reach out, man. Yeah, see, look, Old School Picker just said David is the nicest person on YouTube. You really are, dude. You're amazing. So don't get down on yourself. And Kathy says that the trivia game is not boring. She has fun. Don't stop doing it. Danny May said, did you get my response? I hope. Yeah. So, guys, send some love over to David. He's the man. Yeah, Danny May said it was cool. She had fun yesterday. Tommy Bernard says, caption for the pick suggestions. Come at me, bro. Yeah, I think that'd be cool if everybody could put in the comments right now what you think the caption for that mug should be. And then if you want to also do it on the Facebook group later, that'd be cool. See, Dave, you just picked up a sub, man. Let yourself get down. Be proud of what you do. There's David's link. If anybody's not subscribed to him, go show him some love. Let him know that you heard about him through the ENTREPRE-DOERS. Yeah, he is a good dude. Plus, you'll get to hear an amazing Irish accent. And if you're me, if you're like me, I should say, because obviously I can only be me. But if you're like me, you enjoy a good British/Irish accent. So you get that pretty much the entire time with David. There we go. You see that? Caption for the pick. I pity the fool that doesn't watch the ENTREPRE-DOERS.
Right?
Yeah, what are you doing with your life if you're not watching us?
Right?
You're probably out somewhere being productive.
Right.
Possibly.
I need to like have a thing now. So like now you're like the Mr. T of the show. Nate's like the big old bushy beard having awesome dude of the show. What am I? Am I just the eye candy of the show? Or
Yeah.
oh, there you go. Tommy Bernard says, "Captain, you don't even merch, bro."
That's funny.
Chris says, "Mug life."
Yeah, but Gary V's got mug life already.
But he doesn't have that picture, and he never
But
will.
he doesn't have that picture.
Exactly.
Maybe I could sell him one or give him one and get him to shout it out.
Should.
2 billion hours of watch time on YouTube. one moment with Tommy with a picture like that, priceless.
Yeah. I always feel like I need to pull the picture back up. It's like, what am I doing with my life?
That should be like the main focus, and the rest of us should be the little boxes on the side. That's how epic that photo is.
Oh, God.
Did you see what Chris said? A wrestler,
wrestler.
Mr. T, and a beard walk into the bar. Hey, thanks, David. You have a good day, man. If you need anything, hit me up. Seriously.
Take it easy, bud.
Later, buddy.
Yeah, so I think we're
All
starting to wind down a little bit here. So I appreciate everybody for being here today and for spending some time with us. I know I'm going to have a video coming out tomorrow at 8 a.m. that's going to feature the Picksburgh merch that I got from Tommy and Destiny. So if you want to see that, make sure you check out the channel. Make sure you're subbed. Hit that bell. You guys got anything coming out?
No. Not me. Not I.
Well, you have a live show coming up tomorrow, don't you?
Well, tomorrow, well, yeah, that's nothing. Everybody knows that, though. I thought you meant like anything out of the norm.
You got the Friday flips coming up, man.
Other than just watch out for me and Nate to do some OBS instructional sometime this weekend. We'll figure it out. When we figure it out, we'll schedule it out so people can kind of plan for it that want to jump in or whatever.
Thanks for being here, Griffin. I appreciate it, man.
I threw my
Make sure
my link.
you sub and come back.
Throw my link in the chat for anyone looking to sub to my channel. We'll be doing probably maybe even 2 lives this weekend. Who knows? Maybe Friday, Saturday. I definitely want to do a working hangout, and I definitely need some OBS this time. So, and also if you're not subbed to me, it's a rotating show. Check it out. Click it. Might even see some awesome content of some beard stuff. Who knows?
Touche. Tommy Bernard wants to know any updates on the SVU spinoff.
Yeah, I'm on a no disclosure on that. Can't talk about that.
Yeah, the only thing I know is it's being filmed in the Dells, Wisconsin, somewhere around there.
I heard they're moving it to Pittsburgh though.
They should.
That's a spoiler alert.
Yeah. Touche. We're gonna totally kidnap Tommy when he comes. He's not gonna see it coming.
Well, one of y'all gonna have to come back here and get all my inventory. Keeping me in a basement, that's not much punishment. I'm already used to that. So.
Yeah, touche.
Okay.
I'll give you a room with a window.
Okay. This board I got now.
Yeah, so I guess check to see if you're subbed to Nate, because I guess Dee thought she was and she wasn't. Sometimes people unsub people, so just make sure you're subbed to all of us. It'll be easy for me. You can just check and make sure that that's not a red button. If it is red, smash it. It'll turn gray. Promise you that much.
Show some love, and D shows at noon, so make sure you check that out.
D is coming up very shortly. Make sure you check out Flipping Particles. It's always a good time. That's kind of like our packing show that we'll sit here and chat with each other, and that'll be kind of like what we watch and listen to while we pack our orders.
/ me driving to work. I usually drive to work and watch as I'm driving. So usually on the road and watching at the same time because I have a little thing that holds my phone.
Yep. Just Me Kathy is awesome. She's like on point with dropping links.
Right?
She's like the bum crack picker of the morning show.
We're gonna have to put her on the payroll pretty soon,
Right?
I know. She's gonna have to become the 4th entrepreneur.
There you go.
We'll need her to come on camera for that.
Might have to send her some bearded merch.
You need to come up with some bearded merch, dude.
Thinking some things.
You know what you should do? You should make a mug so where people drink out of it, it looks like they have a beard.
That's a good idea.
That would be awesome.
Kind of cool.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I have some things that I have in mind. I'm going to talk with Tommy about, and we're going to put it together. My mind is always thinking, so I'm always trying to come up with some stuff.
Yep. We'll see you guys tomorrow on Tommy's channel. Make sure you subscribe to him. We're going to have the family flips on, so it's going to be Flips Friday. So make sure you guys come out prepared.